Hello to my Capricorns. All right, Capricorns, let's get right into it. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you, and you. Let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let us see what's in your cards. Talking to you, wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart. Let's get into it. We're gonna set the tone for your reading first, and then we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna dive right in. High vibrations only. High vibrations only. That's right. High vibrations only. High vibrations only. All right. High vibrations only. So, all right. All right. Let's see what is going on here. Let's see what's going on here. Let me, all right. Let's make sure. All right. And let's get an angel number. Let's kick off with an angel number here. As we get closer and closer to the full moon, this whole theme around this full moon, because we have a full moon in Leo, and Leo is ruled by the sun. So we only have two signs that's ruled by luminaries. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Leo is ruled by the sun. Sun speaks to our sun sign slash star sign, right? So you're going where you are appreciated and not where you're tolerated. That's kind of like the overarching theme for the most celebrated of these moon phases, because the moon is in Leo and the sun illuminates the moon, right? And you are well aware of how people feel about you, about about people that's connected to you. You are so well aware, and you were made well aware clearly in that last cycle when the moon was in Cancer. How people feel. Cancer is the I feel sign, so you know exactly how people feel about each other. So there's no misunderstandings about which friends don't like each other, family members don't like each other, who's this, whatever. So source is saying high vibrations only. Something had to happen because we only have a couple of signs that will say things like family over everything, and something had to come to light for you to show you why, what in the world was going on with something. So let's get into your reading. Okay. All right. Okay, so 994. So honor goals. Examine your current opportunities. So it's time to redirect to make decisions that honor your goals rather than your short-term gratification, right? The current opportunities presented to you need careful examination, so consider at this moment how your current daily activities feed into your long term visions. Ask yourself now if they will help you or hold you back from your ultimate dreams and goals. Ultimate dreams and goals. So you're honoring your goals. So somebody is starting to believe in themselves, right? This kind of looks like the color, almost like of the in between the root and sacral chakra, right? This kind of looks like those kind of color in between, kind of sort of looks like between red and orange. This kind of looks like this, right? So something is happening at the root. There's a lot of deep feelings around something. So, when you say things like, you're an earth sign, root, people staying connected to people that you maybe grew up around and so on and so forth, and people feeling some kind of way, like certain friends, they're not on the same frequency. So you trying to bring everybody together, and clearly something has been exposed. Source is saying to you, you may want to consider that. You may want to consider, what could happen if everybody is being brought together. So, or forced to being brought together. So sometimes that just looks like having separate, conversations and meetings with people, because everybody's not on the same frequency, right? Especially if you want, like I said, high vibrations only. You can't expect everybody to get, because what vibration is that for everybody? Some people see it as being phony. So high vibrations only. So speak it out into the universe, because that is what you want to come back to you. That is what you're going to want to come back to you. When you're talking about things at the root and sacral chakra, you're talking about something that happened between the ages of 0 years old, something that's been with roots are deep between the ages of 0 through 7, then 8 through 14. But some people have been hanging on to some stuff for a long time, and you coming in, like, well, let's plant some new seeds. Everybody not going to be on the same page. Everybody's not going to be on the same page. So high vibrations only, keeping your vibrations high. So it's just trying to teach you how to be more conservative with your time, because you have things to do. You have things to do, and it's not, even though you are excellent managers of people, money, and time, you're not trying to manage people's vibrations. You can only manage yours. You got work to do, right? There you go. And so, 4 and Knight of Pentacles will bring you to 3 of Pentacles. There's no I in team, right? So when you're talking about being a part of a team, imagine source again. This is how you see how creative. If you've been tuned into my channel for quite some time, I've been mentioning to you all that Source is going to put you all in leadership positions. Like when I would say this a couple of years ago, I would say, y'all were the little kids that people told to stay in the kids' place because y'all are so wise. Y'all are very wise Zodiac sign. But I assume if you're watching this channel, you're probably over 18. Source is putting you in a key position to lead, be a team leader. That means you're going to have to speak up. High vibrations only, because something is real deep. You're trying to honor your own goals, examine your current opportunities, right? So Source is trying to teach you how to be more conservative with your time. You're going to have to start structuring some stuff, right? That's the only way you're going to free yourself of people being shady. That's the only way you're going to free yourself from shady energies. The Source is putting fire up under you. Literally, Source is putting a fire up under you, and that's like fire shut up in your bones. So the fire energy connects us with solar plexus chakra. Yeah, solar plexus. Excuse me, solar plexus, which is masculine energy. So that connects us with, let me see, do I have tiger's eye up here? With tiger's eye, if you have tiger's eye, citrine, topaz, and also connects us with essential oils like ginger, cardamom, peppermint essential oil. But it connects us with the main focus is power and identity. So Source is trying to help you to establish your confidence, because we're getting closer and closer to a full moon in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. We're not talking about any Leos that you know, but trying to, get you to be more in your divine masculine energy. I'm talking to men and women Capricorns. Men and women Capricorns. So if you're just in receiving mode, that's your default, right? And you want to feel free. Source is saying you're going to have to learn how to assert yourself, because Source is trying to promote somebody. Source is trying to promote somebody, but not when you're under duress, where it comes out like an immature teenager. Source is trying to get you to learn how to control your fire. That's what Source is trying to help you learn how to do. Because some of you all are going to be managing people who are older than you are, who thinks that people, they know more than you are. They have more time invested. They're smarter. That's a team. Source is putting you around older people. You all are already wise. Remember, age doesn't equate to wisdom. So Source is putting you're managing in your family and also in the workplace people who are older than you are, because you have put the work in. You've done the shadow work. So if you're standing before people who are older than you that swear up and down on a stack of books that they know more because they have more time invested and you don't know what you're talking about and so on and so forth, you're going to have to, nope. Lead. You're going to have to lead. That's what Source is putting before somebody. So, yeah. Half the people there are going to think you telling the truth. Half the people are going to think you lying because of how, like I said, because of your meekness. There are going to be some situations where your meekness is going to be seen as a weakness, and you're going to have to allow Source to fight your battles, right? That's the goal, period. Right? Those are the type of managers that they want and done with you. You disrespect them one time, they will tell you very kindly. Next thing you know, you be getting called into HR. They're not going to sit there and go back and forth. Because now you just put the whole team in survival mode, just making something all about you, throwing tantrums, going off, basically like you have no control of your emotions, right? Some of those managers are one and done with you. Like, this person can't control themselves. They out of control. So they acting like a teenager. They throwing tantrums when they don't get their way. They, going off. They're not going to go back and forth with you. They're not going back and forth with you. Yeah. So you're learning how to enforce boundaries. Yeah. Somebody think you halfway telling the truth and halfway lying. Source is saying that's for you in your personal relationships. You're going to say, you know what? I've already invested enough time in something. This is a 3. If we're on the same team, I got to keep proving to you that I'm telling the truth. You know what? You're going to enforce a boundary. You're going to enforce a boundary. None of this acting like a teenager, like somebody's in a competition with somebody. Getting excited over the wrong thing. So, yeah, sources put you in a leadership position and enforcing a boundary with people who put people in positions and treat them like they don't believe them, right? You're enforcing a boundary. Trying to make somebody look like a fool, right? Because you know exactly how that feels. So this color yellow right here, and then also this amethyst. This is crown chakra. Connects us with the crown chakra, solar plexus. This is something you can definitely do. It's something you can definitely do. And people act like they're competing against somebody that you've actually worked with, or you've worked hard with, and they treating people like they're lying, or they halfway believe people are lying about something or whatever. So it's just saying you're enforcing a boundary. Yeah. You're not going to be bullied. See this bull right here? Yep. You will move on. Because that makes you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. So yeah. You're not dealing with the shade anymore when it comes to family. This right here, you've already paid a hefty price in family and dealing with people's shade and how hurtful it can be. You are done with that. So this has pushed you into knowing your worth and knowing your value in families. And this is why some people, this right here, see these kids on the outside, this is people's inner child. This is a person's inner child between some people. This is why some people are okay with not being invited because of the shade. They just move on. They get 3 incidents under their belt. They feel like they bullied, or feel like they just move on. People move on from marriages. Yeah, so that's the thing right here. It's like people dealing with shady teenagers. That's what this is. Somebody is just gonna move on. You've already dealt with that enough. You've already dealt with that enough. You don't have, at this point, you know your worth, you know your value. You're a hardworking person. You, like I said before, or if, let's say, for instance, since Source is putting somebody in a leadership position, if you have bullying employees, people who feel like, okay, you're too meek. You know how people say, I don't even know how that manager got that position. You know, they need to do this, like they think they can do a better job, but you're qualified for the position, right? So Source is definitely putting you possibly a part of a family business, or something, putting you in a part, making you a part of a team or whatever. And people will be shady. Somebody is moving possibly because of your hard work. Some people are going to halfway believe in you. Some people halfway don't, just because of your meek behavior, your meek, mild behavior. But Source is saying you don't have a problem enforcing boundaries and letting Source fight your battles. And because of your worth, like, you know you're a hardworking person, you know how to be conservative with your time, you're not dealing with the shade. not at all. You're a star. You found your star. That's how you found your star. Somebody had either, if you come from a really shady family, which that's probably 99% of the population. But if you come from a family where people just make little slick comments, or say like, they may have one too much to drink, or, like people, people got sarcastic family members, right? That's every family. But for some people, that just doesn't work for them. They're just like, okay, it's hurtful. People don't want to come around, and be in survival mode. But for you, certain things, like 3 strikes out. Yeah. You don't like that energy. That's what you have in common with somebody. You don't like that energy at all. You don't like that energy at all. It's such a turn off for you. So you've learned to let Source fight your battle, because when you're an open book, people have a whole lot of ideas about you. You're trying to make a connection. You're trying to find out what you have in common with people. But if you're around bullies, that's this right here. If you're around bullies, they keep trying to push the envelope. They just gonna keep pushing the envelope. So yes, whatever anxiety you may have been having about something is gonna come to an end. So somebody, like I said before, somebody is like I said, high vibrations only. Examine your current opportunities. Examine your current opportunities, because here's the thing: the short-term gratification for you may be that you want to be a part of something, but bullying energies, you're gonna have to enforce. You're gonna have to learn how to enforce boundaries. And like I said, it's even in your meekness, still enforce boundaries. Like, I don't like to be talked to like that, or however you word it. I don't know, because people already see you thriving. They already see you thriving. They know you have a big heart. They know you you're an open book. They know that you're a hardworking person. That you're very conservative with your time. Like, people have watched you. They've seen that you're a hardworking person. That's what you have in common with somebody. That's a gift that you inherited. You're a hardworking person, right? Matter of fact, this planet right here, planet. This is the outer planet. These are both of these are outer planets, right? These are generational planets, right? But somebody come from just people who just are hard, just maybe a hardworking family. You might just come from a hardworking. You don't mind rolling up your sleeves and getting to work. But if you got to be around shade, that's a turnoff for you. That is a major turnoff for you. And so you may say something one, maybe two, maybe three times in a very meek way, and you'll move on. You're not doing the bullying. That would be their loss, for real, because you are a hardworking person, right? Yep, you're not dealing with that mess. People need to know their worth. So whoever it is whoever the energies are who like to, it's their way or the highway, being shady, those kind of things, who only use people for what they need from people and then toss them out in the cold and that kind of mess. So it's just saying they're going to have to know their worth. They're going to have to stand up and let source fight their battles too. So whoever that is, right? But I see you and somebody being victorious. Yep, I see you and somebody being victorious. So I see somebody moving. Yeah. So you learn how to save yourself. You've learned how to save yourself. You're, like I said before, I feel like I'm talking to somebody who has a very protective spirit. Looking at your cards here. But what you and somebody have in common is that the shady energies are a major turn off. Drop your comments below. They can be exhausting. They literally can be exhausting. Shady people can be exhausting. They really can. They need to work on their Chiron, right? So here's the Seven of Swords. You and somebody have already been, your character has been assassinated behind your back, and guess what? It hasn't stopped you from thriving. So yeah, there you go. So that's how you're going to get some rest. You're going to set some boundaries, very clear boundaries, enforce those boundaries. And sometimes enforcing those boundaries just look like you're just quietly moving on. You don't like walking a bit feeling like you're on eggshells when you're around people, whether it's work family or blood relative family. Some shady people, they feel like they found your weak spot. That's not a weak spot. That's meek. You're letting source fight your battles. So who would really be losing? Because guess what? They're not the only energies that watch how hard you work and how smart you are. Yeah, so here we had a Page of Cups here. Yeah, so you got good news coming across your path. Somebody from your past who said something very immature to you about someone you love real deep. They'll never get a chance to come back. Never. They'll never get a chance to come back. Yeah. You spent enough time around energies to know. That's a no. That's a no. That's going to be a no. Because this is a year karmic cycles are being broken. They are being broken. 8 is a karmic number. People are getting real clear this year. 9 is death, rebirth, things that you didn't know about yourself, about how to pour into yourselves. you know, you're not letting people pour toxicity into you, your earth sign, because that's going to grow. Those are the seeds it's planting. That's going to grow in your garden. So you're like, shade, that's not. You don't want shade to grow in your garden. You don't want that. Yeah, that's not how you want to say that's how you're built, right? And when you're around these type of energies, period, you know, there's a distraction. It's just a distraction. You can be just as shady as the next person, but it's a distraction. It distracts you from what you're trying to do. You rather put your energy, this is your fire, somewhere else, like work. You like working. You don't want to be around all of that mess that makes people feel like they left out of something. Oh, they can't sit next to us. They don't have, you know, they're not dressed the right way. You know, they don't have the they don't have a certain kind of car parked out in the parking lot. Like what? They don't have a certain you know, we all know shady stuff, right? I can't even think of a whole lot of comments because like I said before, I think anybody, if you let those seeds grow, you can be just as shady as the next person, but that's not what you want to grow. That is definitely not what you want to grow. It literally is a waste of energy. Literally is a complete waste of energy, a waste of time. That's not teamwork. That is not teamwork at all. That's somebody seeing you as opposition. Imagine being married to somebody, because now you're entering into you right here at your vault door. Imagine being married to somebody who sees you and your whole family as the opposition. Your every little thing that you do or your family does, they got a smart comment about it. That's what you and somebody share in common. So that's what you and your spouse can share in common. Y'all both come from shady families. Right? So that's how you saving yourself. You're like, you know what? You don't like being pulled in two different directions. If people can't get it together, then as far as you're concerned, again, take only what resonates with you. If you don't come from a shady family, you don't. Good. You know, you could have worked in a shady family work environment, right? But yeah, that's the thing for you. Even if somebody's saying, oh, somebody's just too sensitive, they jump into conclusions. Tower card. It doesn't matter. You don't know what people went through for them to have a breakdown. So somebody telling somebody, oh, they just too sensitive. You know what? You're being insensitive. That's the other side of that. You being insensitive. Yeah. So you're raising your frequency, but you're definitely not going back around energies who you've heard say they're gonna physically hurt somebody. If you know they come around or they're gonna beat somebody up, you don't want to be able. So yeah, you and somebody are back in the saddle again. You're moving. Could be moving jobs, whatever. Family is not always blood relative. It's something you're moving from. You're moving on from something, right? Yep. So yeah, when you got all of these aggressive energies and shady and aggressive energies, that's how they literally invest their time in being more and more shady, more and more aggressive. That takes away from you as an earth sign and what you like, your energy. You would rather put your energy into work. That's what you and somebody have in common. So that's how you and somebody thrive. So whatever anxiety you may have been going through, walking on eggshells, you or somebody, is coming to an end very soon. Coming to an end very, very soon. So somebody's going to get off the fence. They're going to stop overthinking something, and they're going to take some kind of action so they can finally get some rest. So I don't know what's about to happen. What a tower moment is about. Either about to happen. Something is happening. Something is happening. Because somebody is near some vain, vengeful, green with envy spirits. That could be in the workplace for some of you all, where finally something is coming to a head. And somebody's just tired of the shade. Somebody's tired of the comparison, the this and that. Somebody's just exhausted. So Yeah, you're staying focused, or at least you're trying to stay focused. You might gonna think that you're running away from something, and that's not the case at all. It's just heartbreaking, that people constantly have to feel like they're being blindsided with stuff. Like you open up and you try to talk to people, and just constantly feel like you're just being blindsided. So I don't know what's going on with somebody, but yeah, you want to be in spaces where it feels like it's sacred, where it just feels like it's divine connections, where it's high vibrational, and yeah, you just somebody just want their wishes fulfilled. Like you want everybody in the workplace to get along. You want everybody to be to be a part of the same team. But something is changing your mind. So it's just putting somebody in a leadership position. So putting somebody in a leadership position. So congratulations on that. But also congratulations on you like I said, putting some sources, putting some fire up under you. Alrighty. Yeah. So here we have abundance planning. So it's time for you to start your abundance planning. So yeah. That's why, well, I always say my readings, money is not everything, not physical paper and coins, because it's the time that you invest in things. Somebody could have felt like they wasted a lot of time on something that just didn't produce a whole lot of results. It could still be like a chaos and confusion, like a wilderness, like just whatever. But yeah, that's the Nine of Wands. I mean, you're not going back to something that just doesn't produce a whole lot of results. It's just like I said, you and somebody could be in the saddle again. It could be, what's coming to mind for this right here, like you and somebody. It's like somebody. I feel like somebody maybe be leaving one department and going to another. You may have gotten a promotion and gone to another department, right? Because that could be applied to this. But you could have left, excuse me, you could have left behind a department where people were just shady, mean-spirited, whatever the case may be. You got promoted. People didn't believe you were going to get promoted. They halfway to believe you were going to get promoted, whatever. People didn't believe whatever. Didn't believe in your light, didn't believe in your star, whatever. But y'all are still working on the same company, working in the same company. You get promoted. They didn't half believe you, whatever. Guess what? Here you are. You found your star. Uh-huh. Found your star. Starting your abundance planning. Things are happening. But in the interim, you hear all of this stuff going on. Just aggression. Shade, aggression, this, that, the other. So, and something was heartbroken for you. Somebody definitely felt blindsided by something. You felt like you were being torn in two different directions. So it's time for you to take action. Time for you to take action. This is your first house here. Time for you to take action. You want a new beginning? It's time for you to take action. Because again, your source is putting you in, first you're in prayer warrior mode, right? Somebody's a prayer warrior. So you're in prayer warrior mode. That's the tower card. So whenever you have a tower moment and you have a total recall of something, that is a call from source saying, okay, it's time to get into prayer warrior mode, not in physical fight mode, right? You're not fighting anybody. That's gutter, low vibrational, cussing people out, low vibrational. Prayer warrior mode. Raise your frequency. That's this right here. Because that is right there. You're letting source fight your battles. Okay, source, thank you for clarity. How do you want me to handle whatever situation? I've been working hard on something, getting promoted, whatever the situation is. I still got to see these people in the parking lot, or go to work with these people, or family, or whoever, work, family, whatever. And source will tell you what that kind of action to take. Source will tell you exactly what kind of action to take. But a new start is coming. A new start is coming. So, congratulations. Do something. But Source had to bring out, I'm telling you, Source had to bring out had to put you in light emperor energy after being around dark emperor energy. That's their way or the highway. Source had to put you in structure mode where you are enforcing boundaries. So, yeah, you and somebody are going to be enforcing boundaries. So that can look like a lot of things. But that is what I have for you. So that could be you and your assistant manager, if they have budget, money in the budget, whatever. But y'all gonna have to work together as a team. Y'all gonna have to work together as a team. I mean, keeping each other apprised of what's going on, whether it's emails going back and forth, communicating, having your sacred conversations, and protecting the sacredness of the conversation. I mean, it's not going outside of what you all talk about. It looks like a lot of things. It looks like a lot of things. But anyway, congratulations on somebody being promoted. If that's your situation, like I said, you're back in the saddle. Start your abundance planning. A brand new start is coming, but it's time for you to take action. First action, prayer warrior. That's what the action you take in first. And you're sitting down to meditate so you can get your thoughts clear. If you need to journal, do whatever you need to journal it then. That's what I have for you. See you in the next video. Bye.